I'm good. Are we streaming?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now. There you go. Wait, you stopped it.
No, it wasn't the beginning. That's the beginning. There we go.
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live show on January 6th, 2015. Yes, it's the first live show of the new year, I believe. So.
That's why I have dramatic Independence Day music.
Yes. We're big fans of Independence Day. If you guys haven't seen Independence Day, go see it. It's an old movie,
and
but
there we
it's
go.
Amazing.
That's the trick. You got to phase it out.
Yes, absolutely. But we got a cool live show for you guys today.
Mascot.
You want to introduce our other little friend?
Yes, he was with me on the live show, but this is Barrett the Bantha, everybody. He's my pet Bantha, and he's coming with me to Texas.
If you guys don't know what a Bantha is, watch Star Wars.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Episode 4, New Hope, that's probably the best way to see what a Bantha is.
Sand people.
Okay.
But anyway, moving on, we got a pretty cool live show for you guys to start off 2015. Today, we're going to be talking about the evolution of Airsoft and how things have changed in Airsoft in the last 5 years. Bill has been playing Airsoft for over 6 years. I've been playing for over a decade now, and a lot of things has changed, so we're going to jump into that a little bit later on. But to start off, we got a couple cool promotions and cool stuff going on. Bill, what do we got?
First things first, start off the new year. New coupon code. Coupon code is 2015, not spelled out with words, but 2015, just in case people literally, take it literal. That is going to be for 25% off select items, so be sure to use that when you check out.
And that's for 25% off, in case you didn't know.
That's what I said, right?
Oh, I think you might have missed it.
No,
maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a bad listener. I'm sorry. The next thing, we got Santa's giveaway. That's still going on. We know it's not Christmas, but we like giving stuff away. That is going to continue until January 15th, so you guys still have a chance to win free stuff. So, for example, Micah H. just won a Crytek Full Metal Trident M4 CRB from Santa's giveaway. And the way it works... It's actually, no, we don't have it up there.
No, we sent it to Texas.
Because we're going to Texas. We're talking about that to you later. But for Santa's giveaway, all you guys have to do is make any order of any price. It could be a penny, it can be $100 or whatever. You get a passcode and you get a chance to win free guns, free gear, and a lot of other cool stuff just by making an order.
It could even be free, like that one guy that had like a gift card and like other stuff, and it ended up costing him nothing, and he got... I think you got Smith & Wesson MP 9C?
Yeah. For zero, because he was buying a part that... He was buying an O-ring, and it was crazy. Yeah. So you guys can win cool stuff from that. We also have another giveaway.
Yes. Currently, we are still, bless you, we are still having the $1 million giveaway. So select items, you may not be able to discount them. However, you'll be able to get some free stuff using the $1 million giveaway. So be sure to click the this button that says select your free item or something along those lines. Click that. There's going to be a list of everything from guns, tactical gear, BBs, essentials, everything like that. Added onto your order, and boom, you get free stuff. Can't beat that.
Who doesn't like free stuff?
Un-American people.
Un-American people. Don't be un-American. Okay, moving on. We still have a couple Black Card customs still available.
Yes.
If you guys are not familiar with the Black Card custom, these are epic customs from our professional world-class GI tech department. And we do this now. We've done this now for the last 2 holiday seasons, where we'll make a very limited run of customs, ranging anywhere from CQB guns, snipers, and stuff like that. When you get the customs, you also get a couple perks. So, for example, you'll get a reusable coupon for discount with free shipping throughout the entire year. You get a free tech service. You get an actual black card with your own personal name on it. So it's very exclusive right now. I believe we did 25 last year and we did 15 this year. Yes. So there's only, 40 people in the entire world that has that exclusive black card and those customs. So it's very, very cool. So a couple of those are still available.
Totes legit.
Indeed. But now the next thing I'm actually pretty excited about.
Yes.
What are we talking about next?
First and foremost, we are coming to Texas.
Yes.
Wow. But more importantly, GI Tactical Texas is currently open. So it is open from Tuesday to Saturday from 12 p.m. I almost said 12 a.m. That'd be a weird time. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. So be sure to come on by right now. Meet the friendly staff. Check out the shooting range. Check out all the gear and guns. I can't talk. All that stuff. And also, because this weekend is going to be the grand opening, first things first is on Friday, we are going to be having a free meet and greet. That's your chance to meet myself, Bob, Daniel, rest of the GI crew, as well as the guys at the new GI Tactical. And it's going to be at, where is it? On the Border, Mexican Grill and Cantina.
Now, here's the most important part: is that it's free food.
Free food,
It's
yes.
dinner on Airsoft GI
Exactly.
and GI Tactical.
And it is going to be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And let me read you the address. If you check out our Facebook, we also have the link to the RSVP page. The address is 1505 North Central Expressway, Plano, Texas. So be sure to join us Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hang out, get some free food, talk about Airsoft and everything else like that. It's going to be one hell of a good time.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this weekend. Texas is great. I've been there. I went to Austin earlier, or I should say not this year, but last year, and really loved it. And I'm really excited for this Texas store grand opening. It's the third retail location that we're opening. We are truly the first and largest nationwide Airsoft chain. I'm really proud that I can actually say those words because about 4 years ago when I started working here, we only had one store.
Mm-hmm.
And then we built the Virginia store, and now we've built the Texas store.
We were bi-coastal.
Yes, wow, that's pretty intense. That's quite intimate.
I made that up.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. But I'm really proud that we have now the ability to try to serve as many Airsoft players as everywhere as possible, as much as possible. And I know I see you guys on the comments are saying build a store in this state, build a store in this state. I promise you guys, if we could, we would. And we're working on it. We're spreading out as much as we can. We also just opened up to international shipping, so we can ship to every single country in the world, which is awesome. So I'm just really happy with what Airsoft GI has achieved in the last 3-4 years, and even beyond that for the Airsoft community and all the fans out there.
Yeah,
so
I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to Texas. I mean, I don't count the connecting flight in Dallas where I walked from one part to another part of the airport.
Yeah, and I'm also super excited because we've gone on different trips throughout the year, but it's usually a small part of the team. For this trip, because it's such a big event, it's going to be me, it's going to be Bill, it's going to be Bob, it's going to be Mark, and it's going to be Max, our train guy, our video guy, he's always behind the camera, so you don't see him too much. But it's gonna be a lot of fun just hanging out with everybody, and then hanging out with you guys, eating free food. And then the big event is gonna be this Saturday, January 10th, at the Plano, Texas store. That is located at 4720 Highway 121 Suite 160 in Plano, Texas, which is about 20 minutes away from Dallas. The grand opening is starting and will open at 10 a.m. Usually the store opens at about noon, but just for the grand opening, we're a little bit sooner. We're going to have 25% off. We're going to have a raffle that around 3 o'clock. Everybody that comes into the store prior to 3 o'clock will get a free raffle ticket. If you spend $100, you'll get an additional raffle ticket. We're going to have Jag Precision there. We're going to have Elite Force there. We're going to have D14 there, which is one of the more awesome local fields. I believe we're going to have some guys from Lion Claws, and it's just going to be a really great time. First 100 customers in the store are also going to get a free goodie bag filled with Airsoft GI stuff and Condor and Elite Force and Jag and all these other companies. So if you guys are anywhere within the Plano, Texas area, you guys better get out there.
I was going to say, to help you guys navigate to where it's at is on Google Maps. If you actually type in GI Tactical Texas, it should drop the pin right there. But if you're still having issues finding the store, it's going to be in the same shopping center as the Walmart. And it's actually almost right next door to a GameStop.
Yes, which is, who doesn't like GameStop? I'm excited for the GameStops to do for GameStop to do their midnight releases.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna hang out with them all night because who doesn't like video games? If you like Airsoft, you like video games.
Usually,
it's like a rule almost.
Yeah, I was actually playing Call of Duty Ghosts last night. I honestly haven't played multiplayer in so long. I was like, wow, I forgot. This is kind of fun.
I got addicted to Far Cry. Played that for about 3 hours this weekend, maybe more. Anybody play Far Cry? I'll give you a shout out if you play Far Cry. Don't just say that, you have to play it. Then the last thing that we're doing is that this is really a GI Tactical Texas weekend because meet and greet on Friday, grand opening on Saturday, and then on Sunday, if you guys want to actually play Airsoft with us, the entire team, me, Bill, Bob, Mark, and Max, we're all going to be at D14, which is a great local field in the Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's about, I think, 30, 45 minutes northwest, I believe.
I think so. And actually, I'd like to say Texas Warriors Airsoft, yes, it is going to be very cold. I've been looking at the weather report, and it's looking like it's going to be in the 30s the majority of the time, with possibility of rain on Sunday.
We're really hoping it doesn't rain.
I hope it doesn't.
Especially for the grand opening, because we know it's going to be very busy. But it's going to be a lot of fun. King2999, you play Far Cry, you're cool. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain, but it is going to be cold. So us little pansy Californians, we got to get ready for that.
I don't have an actual like BDU shirt. I only have a combat shirt, so I'm going to wear like Under Armour underneath it, and then the combat shirt. So
I'm doing the same thing. I have thermals, so I'm going to wear it like my snowboarding thermals. I'm going to put that like underneath.
I'm not going to go thermal because I get really sweaty, and I hate the feeling of a sweaty t-shirt.
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But this weekend is going to be an amazing weekend for Airsoft and for GI Tactical and for all of you guys that are local. I've heard, actually, I just got off the phone and a Skype call with the store managers out in Texas. Really, really cool guys, so I'm really excited to work with all of them. But it sounds like there's a lot of different pockets of communities out there that people are coming from like different states and multiple different states, and people are coming down from like San Antonio and Austin. People are traveling for this.
I think it's a different, I mean, maybe you guys, and if any of you are watching from Texas, you can correct me, but I feel like that in Texas, stuff is a little bit more spread out, so people are more willing to commute than like here in California, like, oh, it's an hour away. Yeah, I don't want to go.
Yeah, that's just being lazy. I mean, I can't say for certain.
I don't know if it's lazy, but like, I don't know. California just seems like, because everything's so concentrated, you actually don't have to drive very far for anything.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm pretty lazy.
I'm really lazy. I'll be honest. I'm a gym membership, and I never use it. I need to cancel it.
That's really good. So that's the stuff that's going down at GI Tactical in Texas this weekend. So make sure you guys are there if you guys are local, and it's going to be really awesome. And Airsoft GI is committed to continuing to spread Airsoft and the joy and the fun and the hobby as much as possible. So.
And going off of that, Daniel mentioned it earlier, we are shipping globally. So all of you that are possibly watching us at like, midnight to like 5 a.m. in the morning, we ship to you. We ship to you.
Yeah, because I know who is from outside the U.S. that is watching the live show. I'll give you a shout out if you comment, and I'll see that. But yeah, we're really happy that we can spread Airsoft as much as we can. We have pretty epic 2015 plan for you guys. We got some stuff that's going to be going on that I'm excited about. So I can't say too much more.
We have a lot of fun things to talk about at the airport.
Yes. There's like BB wars will be had and whatnot.
Indeed, they will.
Also, to start off 2015 right, we had our New Year's Arsenal mystery box that went live that I know you guys loved because that thing sold out so dang fast. So the other mystery box you guys have been demanding a lot, and we've been trying to get this together, and we finally have, is a Boneyard mystery box. This is probably one of the highest demand mystery box that we've done. If you guys are not familiar, it's either old guns, broken guns, or a lot of the times new guns with some small minor detail wrong with them that we can't sell, for retail because it wouldn't be fair to a customer, of course. But we put all these guns and all these parts to the side, and then we do a Boneyard sale or a Boneyard mystery box. And the mystery box is great because it is easy for you guys that are not local. So this January 16th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, there's going to be a new Boneyard mystery box, the first one of 2015. And the nice thing is it's only $50, which is not that expensive.
And you're guaranteed to get more stuff than how much you pay.
Yeah, in the value of parts.
Thank you. I didn't know how to say it.
And so, I mean, a lot of people that don't know or haven't done it before, they're kind of sketched out because like, oh, I don't want to get random parts and stuff like that. This box is designed for those of you that want to learn how to tech, that, if you guys are constantly buying and trading stuff, honestly, there's a good chance you can buy this, or there's a 100% chance you buy it and sell the part separately, and you're going to make a profit off that too. If you want to learn how to, tech on a gun, you might get a gun that's, has all the parts, take it apart and figure it out. So Boneyard mystery boxes, I anticipate this selling out very, very, very quickly.
Just an example, back when I was a customer, there was a Boneyard sale, and I got a JG AUG A3. And it was non-functional. I opened up the back. It was just a wire was desoldered. Yeah. And I got it for really cheap.
We were exchanging those stories. Before I worked at GI, I went to one of the Boneyard sales, and I bought a CM028, which is a basic AK-47. Retails for about $110. I picked it up for $28, I think. The only thing wrong with it was the selector switch, and I had like a brand spanking new, fully functional AK. So then I actually ended up like fixing it, selling it, and then I made like $60, which was great. So like, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw somebody that was from Canada. I don't know where that went. I wanted to give you the shout out. So, okay, here we go. I see.
Oh, I saw someone in Ireland. I'm of Irish descent. Yes.
Oh, where'd it go? Okay, Boys Gang BKKP8 from Thailand. Shout out to you. Salam Udin from the UK.
Ooh, I want.
Go ahead.
I want the next one.
Okay, Louis Mulhot from Canada, Montreal. Go ahead.
Animal 321. Top of the morning to you.
From Ireland, James Wicker from Canada. And I think that's all we got. So yeah, thank you guys for the support internationally. That definitely means a lot to us. And we can ship to you, which is really cool. So the last thing I want to mention before we move on to the topic is we are also going to have a patch package mystery box coming up on January 24th. So Boneyard mystery box on January 16th, and then patch package mystery box on January 24th. This patch package is nice because it's very accessible to everybody. It's about $5 for the patch package, and then it uses USPS shipping, so you can get shipping for like $1 or so. So the whole thing's going to cost you $6 to $7. And with these patch packages, there's the chances are you'll get like a really cool patch. Who doesn't love patches? But you got a chance of winning big. So for example, you can win a $20 Airsoft GI gift card, or a $50, or $75, or $100, or $250, or $500, or a $1,000 Airsoft GI gift card. Look at his serious face. That is serious business. What would you guys do with the $1,000?
Buy all the things.
Put it in the comments. The best answer of what you guys will do with the $1,000, Airsoft related, of course, I'll shout out because that's pretty cool. But that mystery box is going live on the 24th. Those always sell out very quickly because it's $5 and you can win $1,000, which is super cool. A lot of those gift cards I listed out, like the 20 and the 50 and the 75, have multiple chances of winning, so more than one people win those. So be aware of that. That's going to be really cool, and that's just to start 2015.
Very solid start to the year, I must say.
I know. I mean, we got mystery boxes, we got like events, and we got a new store opening.
Got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, this is pretty dope for sure.
Let's start with something that we were given as a preview that should be coming to Airsoft GI very shortly.
Are we going to jump into new products, or are we going to jump into the topic?
What do you want to do? Let's do.
I say it's topic.
Okay, let's do topic. Okay.
So the topic today is how has Airsoft changed in the last 5 years? It's definitely changed a lot with a lot of new companies, a lot of new products. But I feel like even the community as a whole has like evolved. So, Bill, what do you remember Airsoft being like 5 years ago?
It's
when you first started playing Airsoft. What were some of the guns and equipment? Like, what were some of the stuff you started?
You know what? I started out with an AGM M16A4. I think that's what that one was. And I remember just back then, like, there just were not very many companies. I remember, like, if you want to start out, D-Boy, AGM, SEMA. Those were really your choices. And then you've seen, now we have Lancer Tactical. We've got, a lot of the companies are making their sport line variants. Like, I don't remember there really being sport line variants 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think that's a very big evolution of Airsoft with the products and the price, is that a lot of manufacturers and companies are making affordable guns and packages
that are of high quality. That's the main thing I want to point out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think the KWA CQR is a good example. That before,
great example.
All their guns were at least at like the $300 mark, which was well worth the money. They were like all metal guns, all metal wrists and stuff like that. But not everybody could jump into Airsoft for a $300 gun.
And like, that was the thing. I remember I bought the AGM M16 because it was $180 and it was all metal. But the thing is, there weren't really any guns that were of a decent price that were full metal back then. And if there was that KWA CQR, I would have probably bought that one in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, an extra, $20, and I get something that is not going to die a year later.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the gun lasted me a long time. I took care of it. I did upgrades to it. I mean, I put a tight bore in our barrel, and, like, that was another thing. Your barrel choices were extremely limited.
Yes, it was just a tight bore from this company, tight bore from this company. You want 6.03 or 6.04 or 6.01.
There were no Miracle barrels or Orga barrels or, all these different variants.
Well, I think that ties into another good point is the Airsoft technology has changed a lot in the last 5 years where, I feel like 5 years ago, you could definitely attain a high rate of fire gun, but, now, like, dual sector gears are widely available.
Well, and, like, another great one is, think about, like, the Tinley 45,000. Back 5 years ago, I don't think that motor existed. People would have to custom build their motors to spin.
Yeah, there were some, like, really high torque motors, like some of the old G&P motors, like the Satan motors. Those were around, but, like, they weren't as common, and I think the bar has been raised that now, like, I remember the Sistema Magna motor was king for a while too.
Yes, and it was very expensive too.
Yeah, that was $90. I bought one and I had it in one of my guns and I absolutely loved it. But now there's motors that are like half the price that have a similar performance, which is really interesting because, and I think that goes back down to I feel like Airsoft and the community has become a lot more frugal, and I don't say that in a bad way, but we're
Yeah.
a lot more money conscious.
And I wouldn't necessarily say money conscious. I'd say there's more of a demand for the bang for your buck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because back even long ago, you had like what, three choices? You had Marui, Classic Army, and
ICS.
ICS, and they were all extremely expensive. And then companies start coming and making cheaper ones, but they weren't necessarily of high quality. Now it's like you want to make sure that if you are forking out $200, you want it to be something that can be upgraded later on, can honestly last for a good amount of time before you need to change anything out. And like, I mean, what's a great example, that the marketing G4 we have, that thing, we just changed the barrel in it, and that's it. And how long have we had that thing? Years.
Yeah,
and
ridiculous.
Like we have actually, I mean, we've beaten that thing. Like we use it hard,
yeah,
and it's still going. So I feel like it's not necessarily everyone's become more frugal. I think it's more that people are demanding that, if I'm paying this much, I want it to be a decent product. I don't want to pay 180 and have it fall apart.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I have seen though a lot of people like, if you recommend something that might be of higher quality, but you got to wait, save up your money and save up your pennies to get something really good. I feel like I don't see that as often as I used to, just simply because there wasn't an option. So, I feel like it's more balanced. You can get the budget-friendly stuff, or you can save it for the high-end stuff. I personally like saving up for the high-end stuff, not because it's like the cool or hip, but a lot of the times the high-end stuff is worth the money. It's always, do you get what you pay for type thing, just from working in retail and just buying stuff, so, do the research and, get the stuff that you want, but make sure it's really good.
I did so much research before I bought my first gun.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I think I spent like 3 months figuring out what did I want.
Yeah, well, I'm building...
What did I want? What I wanted. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm okay, so I'm gonna shout out because I said if whoever would have the best answer for $1,000. Somebody said I think I would buy $1,000 worth of spring pistols, so I don't even have to reload. I can chuck them at people. It's hilarious. So Tiger Stripe S, you win in that shout out. But yeah, so I mean, I think the technology is definitely really different that I like all the electronics, like the MOSFETs, the electronic
that's another
units,
thing, yeah.
burst wizards and stuff like that.
Chimeras.
Yeah.
Is it Chimera or Chimera? I never know how to pronounce it, but and those ones where it's the micro switches and stuff like that.
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, that I love is the new technology in barrel tech. In barrels, like Miracle Barrel. R-hops are amazing. I saw a new video online recently about an APS TNT video that was supposed to get really
good. Real quick, the APS, it's not by the company APS. It's by a company called TNT, and then the APS is just another acronym that they use. So completely different companies, but yeah, it was actually kind of amazing, and I wanted to try and get one in and see. Just open it and be like, okay, so this is how they did it.
Yeah, and I'm just really happy that all these companies and manufacturers, and I'm sure there's like genius minds, behind all these designs that are like trying to make the 6mm little BB shoot further, faster, and more accurately. Because at this rate, it'd be great that, let's say in 10 years, we somehow master hop up and barrels and all that other stuff that I'm going to buy an airsoft gun and it's going to shoot 300 yards with sheer accuracy. That would be great. Imagine that.
Yeah, that would change things a lot.
Yeah, it's probably not going to go that far in the extreme, but that's dope.
I think the innovation is mainly because you have to think in U.S. we have real firearms. So the main focus is revolutionizing and increasing firearms further, faster, hit harder, everything like that. Some of these other nations like Japan and Taiwan and the other ones where there's these other companies, they don't necessarily have firearms. This is the closest they have. So they're going to have a full research team of R&D working on how can we make this little pellet travel further as accurate as possible.
Yeah, that also reminds me, gas blowbacks and gas blowback rifles. Bill's LM4. These things are so dang realistic. I definitely see a lot more people getting into gas blowback rifles in the coming years, along with utilizing them for training purposes too. Just because LM4 functions almost exactly like a real AR.
It breaks down like a real one. And
I
know specs are slightly off, and that's just for ATF approval and stuff like that. But you hand it to a law enforcement officer and stuff like that. They're gonna be like, oh, I just popped the pin and it works the same. Even it's got a mock hammer in there.
Yeah.
Which the hammer isn't I don't even think it's necessary, but it's in there because it adds to the realism of it.
Yeah.
And so if you're working on and learning how to work on an AR, it's a good platform to help base everything off of.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things I used to do with the LM4s at the retail store when I used to work there is I had a Marine I was working with one day, and he was looking for a realistic gun. So I pulled the LM4 out of the display case, and I was like, break it down. And he was like, what? I was like, and I knew he was a Marine, and we were talking, and he was like, I was like, break it down. And he broke it down exactly like his M4 when he was in the Marine, and he was like, this is just like my service rifle. And so, like, that was a cool moment just seeing
Well, and
that
like
as well.
the other thing that's crazy is like how a gas gun works and like how it propels the BB. Like I know it uses gas, which is compressed, blah 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 blah, but they have a different, like their accuracy and range is different than an AEG.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can make them more accurate on some of them. You can make them fly further. Like my LM4 outranges my M16, and it's a shorter barrel.
Yeah, I gotcha. HPAs. HPAs is definitely a nice step.
Another one. Even though HP has technically been around since like the beginning,
yeah, but the
it's just now
has progressed.
Yeah, well, now you have it. You don't have to carry. You don't look like you're in World War II carrying a flamethrower.
Yeah.
You have a small tank on your back, or there's even some where it's like the little tiny tank that fits on a stock.
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for a system that this is a dream in my mind. You have an HPA system on your back, because I can't think of any other way of doing that. Goes to your M4, and then the M4, let's say it's like a full-on like LM4, right? So a fully functional bolt and realism and stuff like that. And then you can use like an AEG magazine.
That's a Daytona kit.
The Daytona kit's very, very close, and so is the Tipman gun. But I'm talking about fully functional bolt, like like that. You know.
So it would be almost like basically the LM4. You could do that. You could do that with the tap HPA, but you're talking about having it basically tapping it almost through the buffer tube.
No, you can do the pistol grip.
Or the pistol grip, well, into the bolt side.
The hybrid between HPA and gas blowback, I know that's going to be happening more. I know Polar Star is working on their Project X and stuff like that. So it's just cool stuff we're going to see in 2015.
If you could fit, honestly, if you could fit an HPA tank to fit perfectly inside of an M16 and have enough for, let's say, 1,000 rounds, I think that's a solid amount. I'm there.
That'd be dope.
And if it was recoil too?
Yeah.
Adjust the recoil so it just...
SHOT Show 2015 is coming up in a few weeks, and we're going to be announcing a lot of big Airsoft information for 2015, so I hope you guys are watching that.
You best send me pictures of new stuff.
I'm gonna do a quick shout out because I've seen this a couple times. Thomas Burkhoff, happy birthday, man. He said it was your birthday, and you mentioned your entire family's watching, so I hope you have a good one.
I did see a comment. Airsoft VOD. I know it does hit the firing pin, which then hits the magazine. However, they could have designed it where you did not need the full hammer. It could have been like a gas blowback pistol, like an ATP variant where it's internal. So it's not necessarily, you don't necessarily need the full hammer, but they designed it in a way so it still looks like a real hammer.
Okay,
that's what I meant.
So we're running out of time because I want to get to shout out some questions. Let's go into new products really quick.
Okay, let's go to these ones.
Grab a product and we will show it to you guys.
Long or short?
I like the CQB, so let's go with that.
Okay, you get CQB.
One get. Sweet. Okay, so we got some new Masadas in, which you guys know me, I'm a huge Masada fan. Or ACR if you want to call it that too, but these are more Masadas. This is the A&K Masada, the CQB version, now with the wrist. This is the full metal wrist that I actually like a lot. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a SCAR, but now you have a full rail segment so you can put all your accessories instead of having to get like a separate rail segment. Also comes with the collapsible stock that retracts in and out too. So this is new from A&K that just came out.
And I have the SPR variant, all the fun with a 509 barrel. Something else I would also like to point out real quick is these ones, the body is going to feel a little different. That is, dun, 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 dun. That's why they are in PTS bodies. Which is really, I mean, it's weird, but it's also awesome at the same time because you have a standard version 2 gearbox with the exception of the hop-up unit. Hop-up unit is not standard version 2, and I think the nozzle might be a little different. But you could still upgrade internally everything else. It's not that the hybrid, the Magpul one, it was a hybrid, so it was a little bit more difficult to work on. But you're getting a very sturdy body with a easy to work on version 2.
Yep. So the CQB version here is shooting around 400. The SPR, definitely your outdoor gun, is going to be shooting a little bit hotter than 400.
How about some new stuff from Echo?
Yeah, let's show off the Echo1 CAT. This guy is really awesome. We've had a lot of like gangster jokes in the office recently just because we've been having a lot of fun with this guy. So yeah, this is the new Echo1 CAT that just came in. If you guys are curious to see what this grip is, this is the battery compartment because you gotta hide the battery somewhere. So you unscrew this, and then actually I'll just do it right now. If you want to show off the next guns.
And then I've got 2 new XCRs, and these ones are going to come with a PEC box. But if you're looking for something super CQB and super short and super new and maneuverable and all sorts of super with super real trades and super, these ones are pretty cool. Actually, I kind of want 2 of them because they're small enough where I could just like give me like some like high caps or something and just.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are some new CQB guns from Echo1.
Art of dynamic shooting.
I like the GAT just because this is definitely an iconic.
Because it's straight up gangster, yo.
Yeah, you know, I've seen this in so many like movies and video games in the last like 5 years that this is just that really cool. So this is I want to show you guys what this looks like. You have this rail segment here that the grip is going to attach to. If you wanted to do a PEC box, you definitely could. But that's the GAT. We also got some new guns in from Elite Force. These aren't technically new guns, but these are newly updated guns. So these are the next generation of Elite Force M4. Oh man, that looks really cool.
I know this is just as a note. It does not come with this magazine, this light, this grip, that Mac suppressor, and this real EOTech. We put this on because it looks really cool.
Mine looks cool too.
Not as cool as mine.
Dang it. So these are the new Elite Force.
I'm more operator guy.
I can't get through it now. Don't make me laugh. Next generation Elite Force M4 CQBs. So these are excellent guns if you guys are starting off or if you guys want just a solid M4 that is below the $200 mark. These are coming in at about $150 and $160.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were that low.
I would definitely say, you know, these are some guns that you can compare with, you know, like the Combat Machines, the King Arms Nylon Fiber. If you're looking at Lancer Tactical and want a small step up, you know, KWA CQRs, all those guns that are like right at the 200 price range or below, these guns I definitely include in them, especially with these new upgrades. So for example, there's some new upgrades internally. There's a stronger tablet plate that is supposed to be very, very strong. There's also a reinforced charging handle before there's some
issues where it would like get yanked out or something like that.
Yeah, so that was reinforced as well. I really like the new crane stock design. Specifically how you open up the...
There's a button, okay.
There's a little button that you guys saw Bill just do there, and that just gives you access to the battery compartment.
There's a button, you pull button down, battery compartment open.
Yeah, so it's still going to have the built-in micro switch. Like I said, the internals are upgraded as well. Can I play with that one? It's like...
Oh yeah, there's the micro switch.
Yeah, so you can actually hear it.
There you go. It's yeah.
So yeah, these are super cool. So we have these up on the website now, and the newer generations are getting phased out. And this is new stuff from Elite Force that we're really dope to have. We're going to actually be doing a full YouTube video on these shortly, so you guys will have a lot more information if you guys are more curious about it.
Since we have long guns here, I'll give you this one because you're super excited about this.
Okay, so if you guys were paying attention before, I mentioned that I'm working on building a new gun. I know we've been talking recently.
I just dropped my LM4.
Why would you do that, though?
I bumped it. It's fine.
We've been talking about M-LOK a lot recently, so
yep,
I've fallen in love with this M-LOK rail so much that I'm going to be building a brand new gun based off the M-LOK. It's also really cool because Magpul recently released over 20 new accessories specifically for M-LOK, so I'm going to be playing around with a couple of those. SHOT Show's right around the corner, so who knows what surprises they may or may not have. But I had this vision of this rifle I'm going to build that it's going to be a carbine length gun, but it's going to be hopefully something that, you know, people haven't really seen too much before, just so the M-LOK is really cool stuff. If you guys don't know what M-LOK is, going with new technologies and whatnot, it's a modular rail system, so these rail panels I can actually move very easily. Actually, I'll just show you guys on camera because it's so freaking easy.
While he's doing that, I've got a brand new G36 full length. Oh yeah. We actually test this thing behind the building. Actually, the range is actually really good on it. Like behind the shooting into the bushes, it's gonna be shooting I think about 430, 440. Is going to have, this is integrated red dot on top with an optic. It has very close eye relief, but it does work. It actually is pretty clear.
I like that optic too on G36s. It reminds me of Equilibrium, if you've seen that.
Yes, I have seen that.
Like a lot of the bad guys.
Oh yeah. And they have the art of like pistol where he's all like,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Mhm. I love that movie.
No,
But
this was really good. The other cool thing about it is, I forgot to mention, so we got safe, semi, 2-round burst, full auto. And it's got, because of that, it has to have a built-in MOSFET, and I believe, let me get clicked into a thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
okay, so going back to M-LOK really quick. The M-LOK rail panels are really easy to work with, which is why I absolutely love them. So all I have here is a 2.5 mil Allen key, and all you do is loosen these two screws, the hex keys that you see there, and let's say I want to put a rail segment there, drop it into the slot, and then just tighten, and that's literally it.
Well, you have to get the screwdriver in the hole.
I can't
first.
find the hole.
Giggity.
Bill, you want to help me find the hole? Just okay. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then it's secure. And this was originally designed by Magpul. And so what I'm stoked about is like I have all these rail segments to play around with, but Magpul and other companies are actually coming up with M-LOK specific accessories, meaning I can put a grip directly to the M-LOK system and whatnot, or let's say a flashlight mount and so on and so on. So think of it very similar to Keymod. It's just a different type of system. I prefer M-LOK myself, and I'm pretty stoked for the rifle.
I plan on getting an M-LOK for this one.
Yeah. So the M-LOK rail, if you guys wanted to buy this rail separately, we actually sell it for only $85, which is really, really a good price. Or if you guys want a G4 like this, we have these available. I think this is the Decimator.
Yeah, I think that one's actually the most affordable out of all of them.
Yeah.
I believe.
So yeah, these are really cool. These start at like $200, which is really affordable. But I think we're through new products. I know you guys have a lot of questions
all of them, yes,
and shout outs. So let me, if you guys have shout outs and questions, let's jump into those really quick. I saw a couple. Oh shoot, where'd it go?
Let me just hold my gun.
You can hold your gun. Do you want to explain what's on your gun? I don't know if you've done that.
I don't think I have. I've changed it a little bit, but not too much. So I have the angled foregrip as I had last time, JP muzzle brake style. I also have the American flag because America, and Don't Tread on Me because even more America. The new thing that I added recently was the paracord, which I did just because it's cool that I'm keeping until I get an M-LOK. I also have paracord on the buttstock right there because it looks cool. But the one thing that I was super stoked about was I got the MIAD, M-I-A-D, I can't ever pronounce it, grip, which is awesome because I can keep I use murder oil on my gun. Keep murder oil in there to lube up my gun because gotta always keep it lubed. Okay. Oh, and my bad lever. That requires a lot of modifications, so if you do it, just be careful.
All right, so moving on to shout-outs and questions. I'm going to do a shout-out for Jack Halperin. I hope I pronounced your last name right. This is for my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, my Instagram is 12ed2. It's a reference to something. If you guys can get it, I give you props because a lot of people can't. But yeah, follow me on Instagram there. And so shout out for you, Jack. And then let me see what other shout outs and questions we have. Viper Airsoft is asking, how do you upgrade a gas blowback pistol? It really depends on the gas blowback pistol. Every pistol is different. If you have like a Tokyo Marui, that's very upgradable. Some pistols you can't always upgrade, so it really depends on which gun that you have.
Task Force Phantom Airsoft. Shout out, approved.
Shout out for Tanman645. Shout out for Nick Meechin and Frankie Romero. Shout out for you guys. Okay, here's a question from Justin Cadet. Is the KJW KC02 a good first GBBR? Yeah, I'd say so. It has a really fun kick. Like we were talking about gas blowback rifle before, they're getting better and more reliable.
I think it's supposed to be based off of a Ruger 1022. Is that what it's supposed to be styled after? I think so.
Yeah. Okay, more shout outs for Spencer Labor, Insidious Airsoft KS. Shout out for that train because it's very annoying.
That train.
John Saparito. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I saw you were from Japan, so I'm sorry I missed that before. Shout out for you guys as well. No, I'm sorry, China. China. You live in China. Thank you for correcting me on that. Okay, let's see what other questions that we have. Why can't it move? Okay, hold on. It's loading way too fast. Hold on. Let me refresh this for you guys. Your questions are coming in at lightning speed. Okay, there we go. Shout out for Cartel Gamer. Oh, here's a good question from Spencer asking, what is your guys' best airsoft moment of 2014? That's a very good question.
You want to go first? You want me?
Oh, shoot. I don't even know.
Manning the minigun at GamePod. on the buggy. That was probably my favorite moment because that was so much fun. And then followed closely by taking out Buggy with said rocket launcher.
That's hard to beat.
Because like everyone's running away and I'm just like pop the corner. I'm like, ha ha, thunk.
That's really good. Wow. I don't even know. Honestly, this last year, 2014, has been my biggest year in airsoft ever. I've traveled the most in my entire life in 2014. I went to, Mississippi, Texas, Virginia, and NorCal multiple times, and more places that I can't even list right now. Grenade fail. There was a grenade fail in Mississippi where like
Have you had multiple grenade fails?
I've had like 3 grenade fails, like bad grenade fails that like have killed the entire squad, like at a Milsim event, so like people weren't happy.
It's okay. I had one go off on my belt when we were in Antioch, so it's all good.
The Fort Ord firefight was a lot of fun. I love that field because I used to play there in college. So like the sniper gameplay footage that you guys might have seen on YouTube, that was a lot of fun to get. My favorite game of the year is probably still Bob's training camp at X Zone. There was a ref there named Rob that was an all-star in my book, and he was a great guy. But that event was a lot of fun because the players and the newer players and some of the kids out there were just really outstanding. You know, they were very attentive and listened very respectfully to all the owners, or not the owners, the trainers. And the event just went really, really well. So I had a lot of fun with that. So that was cool. I really like the videos we put out too. But let's move on to some of the other stuff. Let's see. Animal 321 is asking if a silent piston with silent cylinder is worth it. In my opinion, not really. I mean, it might make your gun like a little bit quieter, but it's not worth the trouble. In my opinion.
The thing is, the majority of the sound actually comes from the motor and the gears.
Yeah, so like a really good shim job's gonna help. I mean, I don't think they're bad parts, but I mean, it's not like a priority in my book. Let's see.
Honestly, a good piston head and a good servo pad will do you mighty good.
Okay, so Hellcat's asking Daniel and Barrett, the Bantha, and Bill, what do you think about the Wii Caspian Dragon 7-inch? It's a really cool looking gun, but for that price, I would honestly recommend getting a different gun, such as like a KJW 1911 that's in a similar price range, but KJWs are much more reliable than Wii tanks.
As would I.
Yes, but the Dragon looks cool, so I know that's why you're tempted to it. So.
Is it like basically a 1911 with like a lot of different cuts on it?
It's a lot of different cuts. I believe it's based off like a speed gun or a race gun.
Yeah, that's right.
So like half the slide is cut, so you are like lessening or lightening the weight that actually has to cycle back and forth.
So it cycles a little quicker.
Yeah, but it's airsoft, so I mean, like I'd rather go with like a KJW. Let's see. AM Morning Radio is asking that you get a lot of hate for Lancer Tactical MK18. Is that really that bad? No, I don't think it's bad at all. And the people that are hating on it could go. I should be nice, but they're mean people.
I was gonna say, if you go out there and you're able to rock everyone else, who cares what you use?
We just put up a video of me having a blast at Balahack with a Springer. Who gives a crap what gun you're using? Are you having fun on the field? Are you having a good time? Are you making memories with your friends? That's what matters. If people are like, oh, you got a Lancer Tactical, you don't know what you're doing. Go on GITV Uncut. I used actually that exact same gun. It's a Lancer Tactical Mark 18, and I wrecked on the field with that.
Where was it? It was
at Tac City. That's right. And this is an old video, it's like 2 years old. So like, the gun does not make the player. So those guys that are laughing at you, laugh back. Honestly, just laugh back at them and just go destroy them on the field. And that's it. That's it. Granted, equipment does help. A good gun definitely helps. But that's an awesome gun to start with and go play with. And then, later on you can upgrade to something else. But I would ask that you guys never look down on newer, younger players or somebody that has guns or gear that's not as good as yours. That doesn't make them less of an airsoft player. Maybe they're just getting into it. You need to embrace those players and help them out and teach them, So that's just my thoughts on it.
Because I know the answer to it. Do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right, this is from Chris Power. Pulls answer. What is up with the Magpul PMags? Why don't you sell it anymore? That is because Magpul PTS, well, I should say PTS and Magpul have parted ways. So Magpul PTS does not exist. All the parts like the grips, angle foregrips, anything that was Magpul PTS actually does not, I wouldn't say exist because it's out there for you to buy, but whatever's out there, that's it. So if you wanted PMags that bad, you might have to see if you can find them secondhand, but basically they are discontinued and not being made anymore. That being said, the closest you can find is going to be the PTS EPM? EPM?
Yes.
EPM mags. They're going to be very high quality, very strong polymer, and they're going to probably be the look that you're looking for.
Here's a question from Matt Frey. What do you recommend, CO2 or green gas? Personally, I like green gas a lot, but depending on where you live, green gas may or may not be available. So there's actually some solid CO2 guns out there, like the KJW 1911. The Tippmann M4 uses CO2 as well.
Elite Force pistols.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, I don't think this really like which one's better. Green gas is more common for airsoft for sure. But if you can't like find green gas locally, go with CO2, and that's not a bad thing at all. Let's see what else we got. Actually, wow, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Mr. Muncherman, shout out to you. You're here all the time. Thank you for the
Mr.
support.
Muncherman.
AM Morning Radio. I like your comment. I'm just gonna say that.
AM Morning Radio.
Somebody is saying please, Dan. I don't know what that means. Viper. Where'd it go? Texas Warrior Airsoft is. Will you help out at ops all around Texas, such as Operation Gridwall in Houston? I don't want to say specifically yes to helping out at that operation, but what we did like in the Virginia store, for example, is we started to, or we were trying to help the community grow as much as possible since we had our GI Tactical Hub in Virginia. And we're going to do the same thing with Texas. So one of the fields we're working very closely with is D14. So we will be having events out in the Texas area, and then we want to work with the local teams and the Milson communities and the different organizations out there to continue to grow Airsoft in that community as much as possible. So we're going to try to branch out around the Plano, Texas area as much as possible. So I don't want to promise or commit to that one specific event, but I do want you to know we are in Texas and we're here to stay, and it's going to be the long term, and we have a lot of plans to help continue to grow that community long term. So hopefully that answers your question. Shout out for Trevor Soul, and then Max Frey, you're welcome. And then I think, wow, we're almost out of time. Maybe like one or two more questions.
Dinosaurs.
Josh says dinosaurs. Let's see. This is from Trevor. Thoughts on the limited edition HK416. Bill?
If tan is your cup of tea, then yay. I like black.
I mean,
like I know it's basically exactly the same as the standard black one, but
no, it's
well,
not.
I mean, okay, it's got the MOSFET in it.
Yes,
that's the main thing.
And the hard carry case.
In the hard carry, didn't the other one come with a hard carry case?
No, I believe it's the box.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're excused, Bill.
I prefer the black one just because personally I like the look of the black one better.
I like that gun a lot. When I shot it, I was astounded at how consistent, accurate it was, and the MOSFET is a very, very nice touch. So I would highly recommend that gun personally. That's one of those guns. It's $500, well worth every penny. But are you going to save up for it? I would recommend it. But it's
I saw a question from the Chuckles. No, the LM4 is staying here. My M16 has gone out to Texas because I looked it up and I was like, oh wow, it's going to be really cold. That gun will not like that. So LM4 staying here in Southern California.
Definitely. All right, I think we're going to have to wrap up the live show for the day. If you guys have more questions, I try to go on my Instagram as much as I can. So if you guys want to ask more questions there, I will definitely go for it. But otherwise, this has been the first live show 2015. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun. I had fun. It's a good times. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Tuesday,
no.
4:30.
Will we?
Oh, actually, yeah, no, that's a good point.
Good thing I caught you.
We are, since we're going to be at Texas, we may or may not do the live show next week. We'll give you guys good heads up on that, simply because we're traveling, and then we just got a lot of things going on. So if we don't do it on Tuesday, we'll definitely make up for it on the following Thursday. So this might be the one exception.
Yes.
But thank you for catching me on that, Bill, because I don't want to make a promise and not deliver.
Yeah.
Let you guys down. Sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had a lot of fun, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.
See you guys.